Do you know this painting? Good, because after this short story you will never see it in the same way again, and that's because where most people might see a Sunday afternoon on the island of La Grande Jatte as an innocent depiction of a sunny day at the park, those in the know that this park was a popular place to procure prostitutes. Excuse me? Yep, a fact that Georges Seurat knew too well, and through a litany of secret suggestions he would make this masterpiece one of the most scandalous artworks ever made. But Matthew, there are people dancing and rowing and playing music, walking their monkey. I can assure you this wasn't a zoo, and that monkey isn't an accident. It's a code for sexual desires, and by putting him on a leash, Seurat keeps the primitive nature of people in check. Humans behaving like animals, but not here, because this lady and her gentleman are esteemed proponents of bourgeois ideals. Their fancy hats, her parasol, and, you think this was by mistake? An accentuated back end to enhance her best assets. And where the modern eye might say that this was the fashion of the time, the exaggeration of her silhouette gives her the feeling of a courtesan. And now the monkey really makes sense. The wild posture of an untamed animal on the cusp of pouncing onto this poor pup, countered by the confines of a leash and the rigidity of his keepers, and the gig is up. The artificiality of performative decadence, a nod to the shadow realm, lived out in broad daylight, and all because you wouldn't want to get caught by the police. Fishing became an activity to disguise sinister intentions, and I'm not here to judge, but consider the brilliant double meaning. Fishing, as a literal action, is to catch a fish, right? Catch a partner, to lure a customer, and it's not that impressive as far as symbols go, until you really dive a little deeper. Buckle up for this one. As it so happens, in French, the infinitive form of fishing, to fish, is pêcher. Well, guess what the infinitive form of to sin is? Péché. The linguistic pun of a lifetime that achieves the exact ambiguity required to make this action feel sneaky. Two words with two drastically different definitions that serve as the hidden engine for the entire piece. The leisurely activity on the social surface directly tied to the social undercurrent, effectively closing the loop on the sexual economy that lives inside the composition. The seekers and the providers in an infinite loop around the venue, the island, and you are just as guilty as the rest. But you're not that clever. You've been caught. The only innocent creature in the entire picture in her brilliant white dress, and before you could even spot her, she spots you.